Hi, hello 8th graders. Welcome to your grammar lesson today. We're going to go over your work from last week and I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about conjunctions, and we are going to work with conjunctions today in your grammar. So I want you to get out your grammar workbooks, get out pages 150, 151 so we can go over the answers. I'm hoping that this part wasn't too difficult for you. And then we're going to go into the conjunctions, which the only part of that that's going to really be hard is that you have to remember all your parts of speech and your functions of words and sentences that we've done so far. So direct objects and things like that come back into play. All right, now I'm going to get my book out here. Let's see. So let's look at page 150. All you had to do here was indicate if the word was an adverb or a preposition. So in number 1, it was an adverb. In number 2, it was a preposition. In number 3, adverb. 4, 5, and 6 were all prepositions. 7 and 8 are adverbs. And then 9 and 10 are prepositions. So you should have wrote, hopefully, the correct words on the blanks. Now the next page was exactly the same, except for they underlined the word instead of putting it in italics. So numbers 1 and 2 were adverbs, 3 is a preposition, 4 adverb, 5 and 6 preposition, 7 and 8 preposition, 9 adverb, 10 preposition. Now remember, the way you can tell that it's a preposition is because it takes an object. So if it actually has an object after it, then it is a preposition. If it doesn't, it's an adverb. Now we're looking at conjunctions. Now this is on page 141. A conjunction is a connecting word. It joins words, groups of words together. Now, a coordinating conjunction joins sentence parts to make a compound sentence. Some commonly used coordinating conjunctions are going to be your and, but, or, nor, and yet. And, but, and or are the most common. The word conjunction comes from the Latin prefix con and together, which means to join, junere, to join. And they call it coordinating because of coordination, which brings things together. So that's what we're looking at. They bring parts of the sentence together. They join two independent clauses. Or they might join two subjects, or they might join two verbs, two objects of a preposition. All right, so let's look at joining words on page 152. So look with me on page 152. A coordinating conjunction may join single words that function the same way in the sentence. So maybe a compound subject, such as Jeff and Kim. Memorize the verses where you have a compound subject, Jeff and Kim. Maybe a compound predicate where you have Jeff memorized and recited Psalms 103. So memorized and recited are both verbs. It's compound. Compound direct objects. He will memorize Romans 12 or James 1st next. Romans 12 and James 1st are the direct objects. Compound predicate noun. Kim's favorite passages are Proverbs 103, Proverbs 3, and 1 Corinthians 13. So all those verses are the predicate noun. Compound adjective, the 11th and 12th verses of Psalms 103 are Jeff's favorites. So 11th and 12th are adjectives that are describing the verses. Compound adverbs, so he recited them quickly but correctly. So quickly and correctly are both adverbs. So each sentence here has words that are joined by a coordinating conjunction that have the same function, and they have to have the same function within the sentence. So then we're looking at how they join phrases down a little bit farther. Coordinating conjunction can also join phrases such as a complete subject. The first sentence, a group of ocean goers and a team of salvagers recovered the ancient ship. So group of ocean goers is a complete subject. Team of salvagers is a complete subject, but they are linked together with the and. Compound complete predicate. A violent storm sank the ship and killed the crew. Sank the ship is a complete predicate. Killed the crew is a complete predicate. It includes both the verb and the direct object. And then the and links them together. It could be a compound prepositional phrase. So here we have the old wooden ship with a full crew and under Henry VIII's flag had been part of the World War fleet. So with a full crew is a preposition. Under Henry VIII's flag is also a preposition, and the and is joining them. Both of those are adjectives modifying ship. Compound complete noun. So predicate noun, remember your linking verbs oftentimes have a predicate noun following them or a predicate adjective. Well, they have to have one or the other. So some observers at the recovery were Prince Charles of England and other officials of the British government. So Prince Charles of England is a predicate noun linked by were to observers, and so is other officials of the British government, and they're linked together with an and. So you need to remember that coordinating conjunctions only join words that have the same function. So now at the top of page 153, it shows your diagrams, and we're not going to worry about this too much. If we were in class, we'd practice these. But you can see how the sentence line gets split when you have compounds. So the first one, for example, Jeff and Kim memorizes the verses. Jeff and Kim is a compound subject. So you would have Jeff and Kim in that split section. The and goes between them, and then you have your verb and your direct object. Then in the bottom one, the end of the sentence line got split because you had a compound predicate. So a violent storm sank the ship and killed the crew. So storm is the subject. Notice a and violent are the adjectives that modify storm, so that's why they're underneath storm. Then you have a split there because we have a compound predicate. So sank is a verb and so is killed. And ship and crew are both direct objects. The and goes between them, and then the that modifies ship and crew go underneath them. So in summary, a conjunction is a connecting word that joins words or groups of words in a sentence. A coordinating conjunction joins parts of the same part. The parts of a sentence joined by a coordinating conjunction make up a compound part of the sentence. So now in your practice, you're going to first circle the coordinating conjunction. Then you're going to underline the words or phrases that the conjunction joins, and you're going to label the underlined part as either a subject, a verb, a predicate, complete predicate, or direct object, indirect object, predicate noun, predicate adjective, adjective, adverb, or object of a preposition. Okay, so you have to remember all these part of speeches that we've worked with for the entire year so far. So let's look at number one. Joseph Haydn played the violin and sang at an early age. And is the conjunction, so circle that. It's linking played the violin and also sang at an early age. Now, played and sang are both verbs. And then we have direct objects. Played what? Played violin. Sang at an early age is actually a prepositional phrase. So those are both complete predicates. So in the line, you're going to write PRED, predicate. Number two, he was alone and independent at age 8. And again. And it's linking alone and independent together. Now, what part of speech are these? They're adjectives. And they're linked to he. They're describing he using the linking verb was. So that makes them predicate adjectives. So you can write PA in the blank. Number three, after his time in a church choir, Haydn was a musician and teacher in Vienna. And again, we have that and, circle and. It's linking musician and teacher together. Both of those are nouns, and they're linked to Haydn because we have the linking verb was. So that makes them predicate nouns. So you can write PN in the blank. Number four, in 1761, Haydn became the composer for Prince Nicholas Esterhazy and his court. Again, we have the and, circle the and. It's linking Prince Nicholas and also his court. These are nouns, but they're not linked to Haydn with a linking verb. They're actually following the preposition for. So that makes them objects of the preposition. So in the blank, you're going to write OP. Okay, oops, sorry. Just bumped my, went for a ride there. Okay, so now what I want you to do is finish those. You're going to do 5 through 10 on page 154, okay? And I will go over those in the next video. Then in the next, well, maybe we'll go over these because it looks like the next one is pretty much the same thing. Well, let's go over 1 and 2 of 7-8. So this one has you again circling the conjunction. Now this time you're underlining the words and phrases, which is the same you did up ahead, but you're just going to write above it what its part of speech is. So number 1, in 1800s, physicians practiced medicine and pharmacy in the same building. And you have your and, circle and. Then we're going to underline medicine, pharmacy, because that's what is linked. What are those? So let's look at the sentence. There's no preposition around it. Practice is not a linking verb. Practice is an action verb. So do they answer the question what after practiced? Practiced what? Medicine. Practiced what? Pharmacy. Yes, they do. So therefore, they are direct objects. So they write DO above medicine and write DO above pharmacy. Number 2, some tasty yet ineffective medicines became quite popular. You have yet. Okay, so we've been circling and like this whole time, and, but, or, and now all of a sudden we get a yet. So circle the yet. Yet is linking tasty and ineffective. Those are both adjectives. Are they predicate adjectives? No, because they're not in the predicate. They're actually part of the complete subject describing medicine. So above them, you're just going to write ADJ, ADJ. Okay, so I want you to complete this one 3 through 10 as well. So you're going to do 5 through 10 at the top and 3 through 10 on page 154. Do the best that you can. You can go back and look at old pages if you don't remember things. And then we'll go over them on our next video, okay? All right, I'll see you soon. Bye.